Hi, it's Sunshine Cross again with our projects that you can do in 10 minutes or less. This one is going to take some drying time, but it will be finished. You'll just have to put it to the side to dry. So we're making a cupcake simulated ornament. You could take, we're using this PET ornament, which are fillable shape. It's a plastic ornament in 2 pieces. We're putting it together. We're going to use that for our base. These are less expensive than the other ornaments that have a top, so it's a little more economical, and you're going to cover it anyway, so it really doesn't matter. So we're going to put it together so that you have a good loop there, and we're going to take a cupcake paper form. You could use a certain color, you could use a print, whatever. I'm just using whatever I happen to have around, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue into the bottom of the paper cup of the hot glue, and the hot glue is going to set up really quickly, so I want to get that in there. And we're going to take the paper, put the little ornament inside of it there, and we're going to start setting the paper up. And I'm going to actually put a little glue along the edges to keep this paper attached. Be careful with hot glue. That isn't something that you can use with a small child. It is easy to burn yourself. You can use a low temp gun, but you do have to be careful about burning yourself. So I'm just going to put a little glue so that that paper stays up there on the ornament. Now we're going to use some fake icing, which I like this icing consistency. This is the Snow Tex. Looks like icing. Doesn't taste like icing though, so don't eat it. And we're just going to ice this cupcake up. I'm using just a plastic disposable knife. You could use a palette knife, you could use almost a craft stick, whatever you happen to have around. If you're icing like my grandchildren are icing, they just slap it on however much they can put on. So you can do it neat or not neat. You could also put this in like an old cake icing container that you can squeeze out, you know, like you were cake decorating. You could try to do that because it is a very similar consistency to an icing, except it doesn't have any calories. It is non-toxic, but you know, I wouldn't advise eating it. It doesn't really taste very good, but it does give you a nice little look. You can make it smooth, you can make it chunky, messy, whatever. And this is a really quick, it will dry, it will take a while to dry. This is on here thick and it will take some time to dry. It's not going to dry right away. Unlike icing that you could probably use right away. And I'm going to take some of the glitter, because I want to get a little sparkly, action going. I'm just going to shake while it's wet a tiny bit of glitter on there to get that chunky sugary look. And then we can put, either while it's wet or when it's dry, you can put a little cherry up on top. And the cherry will, if it doesn't stay, I set it right into the Snow Tex, but you could wait for it to dry and put it in, or if it doesn't set in, you could then attach it with some glue. And that's done. It's all done. It just has to dry. It's cute, and like I said, you can make a lot of variations with this. You could also, instead of covering the whole thing with snow, you could take an old glass ornament that was chipped or damaged. You could cover that. You could cover part of it. Whatever you choose. It's very simple to make. And that's another project for your fun, creative tree that you're going to have this year.